we made 2 6-inch round coconut cakes. The recipe makes an extra 9-inch round. So we're going to make cake balls because I hate when anything goes to waste. So what you're going to do is take the extra cake that you baked and crumble it up into a bowl. And try not to make a mess. You know what I said in the beginning, I have a very understanding husband. It's because the man has cleaned chocolate off of the walls, the floors. Yeah. He's very good at coming behind me and cleaning up all of the messes I make. Because I'm not a clean cook by any stretch of the imagination. Alright. And there's our second one. I'm going to do the same thing too. And you don't have to worry about trying to get it out of the pan pretty because you're crumbling it up into all these little pieces. Then I made another batch of coconut icing. You can make regular buttercream with just the coconut cake, or you can choose to get a can of frosting because lots of people do that. I like my buttered frosting that I make from scratch, so I use it. Alright, so here's my extra frosting. And we are just going to pile it in there. I wear gloves at this point because I don't like it when my hands get all nasty. And this is not a recipe that is clean. It is one that is going to take, it makes a mess. But it tastes really good. So, because these are extra and I don't have an order and nobody's buying these, we're going to take the coconut cake and dip it in chocolate because chocolate is my husband's weakness. This is one of the things he likes about having married a baker. Alright. So once you get it to the consistency where you can form little balls, you are in the right spot. So I take a 1 tablespoon measure just to make it even. And then I roll out the balls. And I put a stick in mine. That way they are easier to both dip in chocolate and to eat when you're ready. So we're going to finish that with the rest of what is in this pan, and then we are going to freeze them overnight. And we will dip tomorrow. We're going to come to our last stage of our cake balls. I've taken some almond bark. You buy this at the grocery store in the baking section. One of the things that I like about it is that it dries hard as soon as it hardens, it stays hard. It doesn't melt again. So what we're going to do is take our cake balls that we put on popsicle sticks yesterday. We're going to run it through our chocolate. I have also made little bowls of coconut and almonds just to give them a little bit of texture. So I dip them in. I'm going to do alternating between dipping them in the coconut and dipping them in the almonds. Just to give texture and another flavor. Because as my husband reminded me, he really likes almond joys. So coconut cake, coconut cream, a little bit of almond. What's not to love? And then we'll finish up.